Hey, what's up everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today we are doing the Lara versus Wood 2 breakdown video. Mauricio Lara will defend the WBA Featherweight title against Lee Wood in a rematch from their showdown that took place in February of this year, where Lara scored a 7th round knockout win, or TKO win, to capture the WBA Featherweight title from Lee Wood. Now, before we get into that, if you guys could smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I try to build my channel up here. You know, just in any negative comments you guys want to say or thumbs down, go ahead. I'm all about it. I'm open to the criticism, and I appreciate any feedback. All that being said, though, starting with this fight, Lee Wood acted very quickly to get a rematch clause, to get the rematch with Mauricio Lara. Part of it, he didn't have a choice. Eddie Hearn was reserving, I think, the end of May for somebody, and he wanted to get Mauricio Lara right back in the ring. And Lee Wood had to make a choice. I either fight him now, or I'm not going to be able to fight him until after he and Warrington fight. So Lee Wood signed on the dotted line for his rematch to happen immediately. And now, these two guys are locking horns. And it's a big fight, there's a lot at stake here. Lee Wood was winning the first fight convincingly, outworking Mauricio Lara. Lara was landing the shots, and he was getting closer, and finally in that 7th round, he unleashed that vicious left hook that sent Lee Wood crashing to the canvas hard. He got up, but he was on shaky legs, and his corner, Ben Davidson, made the right call, because, to be honest, I think Lee Wood just gets beat up after that and then stopped. So, stop the fight, and now the rematch is happening. So, normally in my breakdown videos, I break down the fight as I just did, what it means, what they're doing coming in. I go to each fighter individually, and I ask the same questions. What they've done rolling in, what kind of style they need to have, can they win by knockout, can they win by decision, what does a win mean for them, what does a loss mean for them, and then finally, is it better for boxing if one or the other wins, and my final prediction. So with this one, I just let you know the fight. This fight is significant some more though, because the winner is likely going to get a big fight with Josh Warrington. Mauricio Lara, that would be a 3rd fight for him. And for Lee Wood, that would be a 1st, and it's an all-UK battle. So all this fight does is a decisive winner just leads to another big showdown with Josh Warrington. And if it's Lee Wood that wins, if he goes on and fights and beats Warrington, then that keeps a 3rd showdown with Mauricio Lara possible. So big fights are in the future for the winner of this fight, and hey, maybe possibly for the loser too, you never know. So, but it's a big time fight. It's a good matchup. The first fight was good action, and you had a decisive winner by knockout, but you had a guy that was outboxing him cleanly and outworking him cleanly heading into that round that the fight ended in. So it still leaves food on the table, if that makes sense. So in these videos, we always start with the champion and work our way from there. So the champion is Mauricio Lara, and then we'll move into the challenger, Lee Wood. We start with Lara though. So Lara, prior to this win, he was just pretty much staying busy. He had a couple stay busy fights, knockout wins, and then he got the fight with Wood, and he took care of business. He goes in for the knockouts. He's not coming in to win a decision, and he wasn't that night. And he is hungry, and he has the same attitude, and you don't have to worry about what kind of style he's going to have. This guy, they call him the Bronco. He's a fighter. He's coming to fight. Now, and what kind of style does he need to have to win? He just needs to do his thing. Whether he's winning on the cards, whether he's losing, I think Lee Wood is the one that has to make the adjustment here, not Mauricio Lara. And Mauricio Lara knows that. So Mauricio Lara just, as long as he's the guy coming forward and he doesn't get hurt, but he does need to play some defense because he has been caught before and hurt, then I think Mauricio Lara just needs to do the same damn thing that he did before set up those shots, winning or losing, set up a big shot and go for the knockout. That's what he does. And he knows he's confident he can do it already. So can he win by knockout again? Absolutely, he can win by knockout again. He can win early by knockout, or he can win late. It just depends on the kind of fight that it turns out to be. Can he win a decision? You know what? I think he can. It might not be a blowout. Lee Wood's the better boxer, but I think he can outwork Lee Wood maybe and get a decision. So I think that's possible. What does a win mean for Mauricio Lara? Well, it means a lot. It confirms the first fight. It does that. And then it shoots him into a third fight with Josh Warrington, where he almost feels like the loser from the first Warrington fight, because the second Warrington fight where he tried to confirm it, that cut happened. And because Warrington didn't lose and he was the bigger name, Warrington went on and got a title shot against Kiko Martinez and won the IBF title. Not Lara. Lara had to sit on his hands and wait around for a title shot for somebody like Lee Wood to give him a crack. So for Mauricio Lara, it means a lot. It leads to that big third fight with Warrington, and Lara's hungry for that. Lara wants that fight. So a win means a lot for him. What does a loss mean? A loss could devastate him. It really can, especially if he gets convincingly defeated. It could be bad. It definitely, it takes him out of the running for that third fight with Warrington. But if it's a close fight, if it's a close loss, if he's battling hard and he wears down in the end, or he loses a close decision, he's still there. He just got to wait, because he's not a guy people are going to line up to want to fight because of his power, unless he has a world title. And that's why it's so significant, and that's why a loss would really hurt Mauricio Lara in this fight. So now we move on to the challenger, the former champion, Lee Wood. Rolling in prior to the loss to my guy, Mauricio Lara, Lee Wood was rolling. He had his two best wins back to back, capturing the WBA regular title and stopping Shu Ken of China when he was well ahead. He still went for the knockout, knocked him out in the 12th. And then Michael Conlan, he was getting outboxed and outworked, and he stayed grinding, and he went in there and did what Lara did to him. He knocked out Michael Conlan late in the fight in the 12th round, knocked him through the ropes to capture, or to solidify himself as the WBA champion. And he retained the regular belt, and then he was upgraded to full champion later. But he left no doubt, and that was a big win for him in a fight that he was losing. So I think Lee Wood is confident that he can win. I don't know where the confidence lies in terms of what am I going to do when I get hit with another one of those big shots? How does he avoid getting hit? Is he going to have to move more? His conditioning is going to have to be on point if he's going to be moving more to stay away from Lara. He does not have a physical... Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. He does not have a physical advantage over Mauricio Lara. They are both 6'7". They're both 5'7" with a 67-inch reach, both of them. So Lee Wood does not have that advantage. So the style of fight he needs to have is going to be interesting. He might have to be moving more, and he might have to go kind of on his bike and use the angles and try to outbox Mauricio Lara like that and wear him down. Get Lara moving more. Don't stand in there and try to box in the center of the ring and leave yourself open to a big shot. It's going to happen. And don't let him cut the ring off and get you against the ropes if you're Lee Wood. You don't want that. That would be a big mistake, and that could lead to a knockout loss. So I think the adjustment needs to be better conditioning, moving around, not engaging in a slugfest or anything like that. Get in, get out, throw combinations, and outbox and wear down Mauricio Lara, taking him into the deep waters. That's the key to victory, in my opinion, for Lee Wood. Now, can Lee Wood win this fight by knockout? I think he can. I think he can hurt Mauricio Lara with a big punch, but I also think he can wear down, more likely wear down Mauricio Lara and chop him down and stop him in the late rounds by drowning him. Can he win by decision? Yeah, I mean, if he can make it to the distance, then yeah, I think he can win a decision, and maybe a convincing one. He is the better boxer, but that's going to be tough. Mauricio Lara is a tough guy to hold off of you for 12 rounds. What does a win mean for Leigh Wood? Well, it means everything. It puts him right back on track. It puts him in line for an all-UK showdown with Josh Warrington that he's been wanting for a while now. So that's what he wants. That's what he's hungry for. And so, yeah, a win means everything to him. Makes him a two-time champion, and he doesn't have to go to the back of the line. I mean, he's an older guy now. I think Leigh Wood is, I want to say he's 34 years old. He can't afford a loss and to have to start over again. Another knockout loss and have to start over, you know. That would be tough. So he needs the win. He's desperate for the win. A win is monumental for him. A loss, what does a loss mean for him? It's going to devastate him. Especially if it's a decisive knockout loss again. But any kind of loss here for Leigh Wood really, really derails him, puts him on the back burner, and he definitely would have to start all over. And at 34, might not be ideal for him. It might lead to retirement if he suffers a knockout loss here. So we'll see. But now, we've asked all the same questions of each fighter. Is it better for boxing if Mauricio Lara wins this fight or if Leigh Wood wins this fight? And the answer is the same as the first time. It's better for boxing if Mauricio Lara wins. Lara's younger. He's a power puncher, and he's a devastating power puncher, and that's attractive to fight fans. And he's younger. He's going to be around for a while. This guy can give you those big-time fights. Now, it wouldn't be horrible for boxing if Leigh Wood won, because Leigh Wood's a good fighter. But how many years does he have left, you know, in terms of big fights and being able to do it on a big stage? Mauricio Lara can reach the depths of the entire world, where Leigh Wood's kind of stationed in the UK right now. That's where his popularity is. Mauricio Lara, being a Mexican-based fighter and getting major victories in the UK, have made him a bigger name. And he's going to continue to be able to grow that name with a lot of years ahead of him if he's victorious. So it's better for boxing if Mauricio Lara wins this fight. Now, who is going to win the rematch between Mauricio Lara and Leigh Wood for the WBA Featherweight title? My prediction the first time was Mauricio Lara. My prediction the second time is Mauricio Lara. The fact that Leigh Wood was outboxing him, it was a little surprising that he was clearly winning, but not shocking. And I don't believe Leigh Wood has the style and the ability at his age to stay away from Mauricio Lara for 12 rounds. Lara's going to get him. He's going to get to him, in my opinion. He's going to land something big. And I think he's going to knock him out. And it might be earlier this time. It might be later. It might be around the same time. But eventually, I think Mauricio Lara is going to knock out Leigh Wood again. And you know, the only way I can see Leigh Wood winning is to completely stick and move, and stay away. And that's not completely his style. He can box, he can counterpunch, but he's not a complete stay away from you, box you, and just wear you down type fighter. So, you know, he's good. I like Leigh Wood. I absolutely think he's a live underdog coming into this fight, and then he could pull off the upset into victory. But I think Mauricio Lara is going to knock him out and beat him again and retain the title and head for that third fight with Josh Warrington. So that's it. That's what I got. This is the Lara versus Wood 2 breakdown video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash that like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.